Oh, be quiet. I want to talk about,
I love my wife.
you know, we go to Walmart about once a
Better say
week.
that.
And like I say, if Walmart had a voting booth, I'd already be elected probate judge.
There you
Since
go.
they don't.
Oh.
So Friday, we came out of Walmart.
You did?
And as I'm unlocking the Hummer to let Gloria load the groceries into the bag, as I usually do.
What a guy.
Oh my God! Well, I start to warm it up for her because I don't want her to be cold when she gets through because
Sure.
it was cold Friday.
Yeah,
She's
that's
getting all
right,
the
right.
groceries out of the buggy, putting them in. This note.
I only did it because you were talking to
This
this
note.
wonderful
Well, I didn't know he
man.
was there for this note was attached into the corner of the windshield. Now, no text. Nothing.
sir, no.
It says, "Hello, Jamie." Y'all can read too. Eugene
you.
White. Well, Eugene White was a guy I did a story on. Lives out at Good Springs off 99 in West Limestone. He had some nervous goats back in the 80s when they were extremely popular. I did a story on it. Well, his wife passed away a couple years ago now. He was hanging out at Walmart, I guess. But he's happened to still be there. He was on the other side of the truck talking to Gloria. I don't know if he helped you unload the buggy or not, but
No,
you were
the
about
two
to
of
get
you
finished.
just talked.
Well, here's a
That
picture
control
of me and
work.
Mr. White, who's 86 years old. That's him on the left.
There you go.
Well, I bet you hope you get around like that when you're 86.
He was fabulous, but he
He'll have
sure
a
would take
pillow
a
over his
picture of
head
me.
before he's 86.
But there he was, but he put this note out, and it just so happened to coincide, John, with something you could probably appreciate. This was the letters to the editor in USA Today last week. It says, "Thanks for the article. Anything good in the mail?" It says, "Americans say they love to receive mail, yet send less and less of it." It says, "Americans are also doing less and less of these things these days. Reading, writing, making things with our own hands, growing our own food, and walking. Perhaps if more Americans did read and write, more of us would like to read, write, and send letters. It's really sad that so many of our cities are riddled with empty buildings that were once used for jobs. Finally, if more of us walked a little each day, probably fewer people would find themselves to be overweight." It says here that nothing beats a personal letter. And then there's a couple other letters. It says, "It is so sad when I go to my mailbox and all I have is junk mail and bills. Nobody writes me a letter anymore."
Oh.
And neither
statement.
do I write one either, is what it
We
was
can
getting said.
text.
So,
Yeah, that's true. You know,
Instant
what's
text.
happened, John?
well, you know, just like Gloria said, everything's instant, so much more convenient to do the other. But there's just, and I remember, you know, one thing you were great at one time. You were great at writing handwritten
loser
notes.
now.
No, you're not. You're not a loser. But a handwritten note from somebody that takes the time to write you a note is. And you know what's sad though? I heard the other day, and I don't know if this is true, and educators may call in and correct me, but I've been hearing that they're not teaching penmanship in school anymore.
No,
They don't teach that anymore, which is.
Some
is-
schools
They don't
don't
teach
even have
cursive.
books
They
anymore.
don't teach
Yeah,
cursive anymore.
right.
It's all.
And the new high school at Madison doesn't even have
Right.
lockers, does it?
No, because
there's no
there's no
lockers, and
books.
everybody's going to electronics.
Which is
going to the tablets.
Different.
it's amazing.
But I
You
mean-
don't write letters anymore because you just learned how to text.
Well,
Yeah, there you
my
go.
wife still teaches because she thinks penmanship and cursive writing is you should know how to do that.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier when you're in college taking notes if you can scribble really.
But I mean, I
fast.
just thought that was kind of weird to walk out of Walmart. Of course, you know, and then this is sticking in the note tape, just sticking in the corner of the window.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, Jamie, Eugene White, and he's on the other side, and Gloria's
he
like I say,
waited.
unloading the basket and or the buggy, and
Well, you know, but
You're really racking up this month, aren't you?
the beauty of
listen, the
it.
Wendy's wasn't bad.
And you
People
took him to-
recognized us in
I
there.
can't believe you took her to Wendy's on Valentine's. At least you could have put a bow around yourself.
I was on the way back. I'm
That's
doing that
okay.
today, Don. I was in
that's
Chattanooga meeting with RTV yesterday, trying
That's
to get a
good.
national show. What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
She said, I told you to wrap yourself up in a bow and present yourself. She said, that's okay.
That's okay. It was the way she said. That's okay.
I'd rather go to McDonald's, in other words.
Yeah, well,
Get
I
the
guess
Happy
I'm getting
Meal.
a Happy Meal.
She's getting her Happy Meal today.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, Lord. The pastor's right here now.
That's
Come on.
Well, I'm married to her.
Exactly.
At least you're not going to cheatinghearts.com.
That's okay. It was just cute. It
You
was
know,
just
yesterday, I
cute.
don't know if you saw the show yesterday, but USA Today had a thing about this Ashley Madison website. The 60 million is for married people who like to cheat. But anyway, the day after Valentine's Day, which would be today if y'all not keeping up with us, today is when most people have an affair or something because they're disappointed in what their spouse did or did not do yesterday.
Wow. They were had all kind of
Being a
romantic.
man of the cloth, I thought you might know that.
Well, I did not know that, but romantic expectations that day that didn't turn out, and they say, "I just give up and try something else.
Wendy's.
Yeah, there you go. That's right.
Do people come in seeking cancer for you wanting to get possibly divorced over something stupid?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
Not combing your hair.
well, not your husband didn't win his bear wrestling match or something
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
right. Looks like a girl on the
Refuses to use a
ground.
brush.
Oh, I know I was going to ask you, a former Catholic, they got a thing the other day I saw on Fox News now. Is it okay for a priest to reveal the confessions when it has to do with a possible crime?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one right there.
So I'm thinking,
But if
they're-
someone comes to you and discloses
yeah.
But like
Yeah, what's the rule there? Can you turn them in, have them arrested?
Like I've told everyone, I don't repeat anything unless it's really juicy. And but
what are you doing in situations
I think
like that?
confidentiality is confidentiality. And if somebody comes in,
Or
and,
depending on how bad the situation is.
I mean,
like psychologists,
Right,
if
yeah.
it's going to harm someone or themselves, they can rat them
right,
out.
and you just have to deal with your own heart and conscience. But you want to be able to know that when you tell somebody something, it's going to stay
If
there.
it's a secret, it's a secret.
One last question, John. What did you watch on TV this last weekend?
This last weekend, not much, not much. A little basketball, and that's about it. And
That's kinda boring.
No, it's just not my special football.
What we got? How much time we got left for football season, Donnie?
Oh gosh, it's getting close. We only have a few weeks left, and we have the
I'm surprised you
spring
guys aren't
games.
counting.
Now we'll
Few
be,
weeks, that's-
and I might go down to the Bama
don't the
game
two of you
and
go to the
film it. That
A-Day
way I
game?
can bring it back to you and show you some of the stuff. I
All
might
right,
do
Johnny
that.
D. Cross Point Church. Watch him here at 7 and 7 on Sundays, and then be there live at 9 o'clock and 10:45 right across from Bob Jones High School. And
That's
anything else,
right.
Johnny Lee?
No, it's just good to be with you.
How's your
guys.
granddaughter?
She's precious as she can possibly be. Coming up on 3 weeks, which is hard to believe.
She looks like you.
Yeah, well, I think
Let's
she's
hope not.
much prettier than that.
We'll do all sports tomorrow. Actually, Jaw Jacker not going to be here, is
He's
he?
not going to
don't
be
know
here.
either.
He wanted
We
me
may
to
have to
cook
cook our-
cereal
We may have to
tomorrow.
cook ourselves tomorrow.
I
I've got
can
a
do
hot
that. I
dog
won't burn
recipe.
it.
All right, we'll get out. I hope y'all had a good Valentine's Day.
Have a
We ate
great
at
day
Wendy's.
today.
We'll take a break for the day. Be back tomorrow morning. See y'all.
Bye.
Good deal.